full of fans, and nearly 70,000 of them are letting their voices be heard already. Welcome inside Lincoln Financial Field. Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And we're underway from Philadelphia. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. First carry here for the rookie from the U. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle. Offense in the hurry up here. From the 33 on 2nd down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So it'll be 3rd down.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on through a well-placed hit like that one.
Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And that'll bring up 4th down. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Punt meets him at the 28. And he puts together a nice little return there before they're able to bring him down. Nice 12-yard pickup on the return. And the Eagles will take possession. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. They kick the running back in motion. Right to the air, it's Hurts. Has him on the quick hitter. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
I love throwing that 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
First down throwing for Hurts. This is reeled in by Leggett. And that is a big hit right after that catch, so the play limited to maybe just a couple yards.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Brought in right side. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Oh, and they're going to have the fullback trying power for it. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. 6 yards on the play and enough for a 1st.
You know, when I backed up Peyton Manning for a couple years, he loved to know a team's tendencies. And then he wanted to bust them. And that's exactly what that play just did. Got some nice yardage, and it wouldn't be surprising to see that call used again in a similar spot.
First and 10. Here's Hurts. Leggett's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Put the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
They're going to run with Barkley. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
2nd and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. Hurts now from the gun. Escapes the pocket. And he scores! It's a Philadelphia touchdown! The Eagles have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Jalen Hurts with a touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, okay? You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's Lawrence to throw. Dump off caught by his back. Juke the defender. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
He gets a lot behind one. Deep downfield. Brought in inside the 20. He makes it in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars get it down to a single point. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Returning it from the 4. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. Now after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. First and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Launches one deep downfield. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles need only one to take the lead. Xavier Legette with the touchdown. That is as efficient as an offense can be. One play, 70 yards, and 6 points, Brock. They can save the rest of the plays they had prepared for their next series.
Rest of the plays? Why even call it there for one? I mean, that one hit the sweet spot on the barrel and got out of the yard in a hurry. Perfect call to catch him sleeping to start that drive.
Now probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. Returnable from the 2. coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Catch is made down the right sideline. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's a Jaguar 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
1st down throw, Lawrence. He's on the move. He's got it near the 8. And he drives this forward to the 6. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So the incompletion on 1st, here's 2nd and goal. Sticking in the air with Lawrence. Setting up the screen. And he's tackled for no gain.
That's the end of the 1st quarter. With the score, Eagles.
We're back for the start of the 2nd quarter. Jaguars have the ball and a chance at 6. Lawrence on 3rd and goal. Escapes out to the left. And oh, he got it! Interception! Trayvon Merrick has it.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
On 1st down, Hurts. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Finds a man, right side. Jukes out a one-stop. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Nick Herbig making the play. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Trying for the deep ball. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these third downs.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And it'll be Jaguars football. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Looking for the back that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence. Chased out to his right. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
The offense not shy about sending them downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, one of the deeper targets you'll see him get. It's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. This one intended for the running back. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. The Jaguars into punt formation. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Brought in at the 41. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And it's going to be their football coming up. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Back to throw, Hurts. That's complete to Lee Gant. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Running back sent in motion. From the 47. Complete out to the right. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Now Hurts. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jaguars have it now as he makes the 20th interception of his career. Well, we all know, Brock, those slot guys start piling up receptions, and that makes them a priority target for the defense.
Yep.
They kept someone nearby, and they pick off that check down.
Yeah, if a play breaks down in today's football, like back in my day, last century, right, you checked it down to the running back. That's not the case anymore. These slot receivers, well, they're as big a security blanket as running backs are, but the defenses, to your point, Kate, they figured it out too. And that defense, well, they didn't just figure it out in their head. They went out and executed with their bodies to take it away.
Forced out to his right. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
Dumps it off to his running back. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Okay, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Wonder what's What's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11? Lawrence working from the gun. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down. Lawrence to throw it. Dumped off to his running back. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Hit made by Josh Uche. Here we go, 2nd and 9. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Lays out left side and gets it. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
1st and 10, it's Lawrence. On the move, headed right. He's keeping it. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
From the red zone now. Completed to his running back. Punches it in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars tie it in the final minute of the half.
Do better than this.
On is Little for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jaguars take the lead on that successful kick. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Legette's got it. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Josh Hines Allen, that time to haul him down. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. So that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Hurts now from the gun. Buys time, rolling right. Brought in right side. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline.
Sure showed off some mobility on that play. Got outside the pocket and easily found an open man.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Shotgun snap for Hurts. He puts everything behind this one. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. 58 yards on the punt there. And hardly any time remaining for them in this game. And even 20 seconds left at their disposal on the final drive of this half. First down throw, Lawrence. Escapes the pocket. Pass brought in by Parker Washington. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. A timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Cam Little now to try the Jags field goal. Ball on the right hash, 48 yards out. The kick by Shudak is good. And that'll push their lead to 4. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
63.
Hurts to throw. He's on the move. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Hurts setting up to throw. This is reeled in by Leggett. And he'll get it up to the 44. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
First down throwing for Hurts. Flush down now to his left. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A pickup there of 39. And that's good for an Eagles first down. Working inside the red zone. He'll get this one to Brown. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Hurts throwing again. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that takes them to 3rd down.
Well, that was all about the eyes. You've got to read the quarterback's eyes as a defender and make sure you know where that throw is going. And when it does, well, you got to react and knock it away. That is well done.
On third down, it's Hurts. Chased out to his right. And this is going to be incomplete. Great looking catch, but he lost track of that sideline and went out of bounds. We've got fourth down.
So often, so many of these games. Well, they come down to a play or two, and third downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
So on fourth down, on comes the Eagles kicker, Jake Elliott, for the try. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. The kick by Hopkins is good. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Anytime you start sniffing that red zone and you don't score 6, you only come away with 3 points. Not what you were looking for on the call sheet.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. Forced out to his right. To the outside. It's intercepted. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. He missed the linebacker lurking, or he thought he could challenge him there and win. A 6-point mistake, Brock, either way.
Do you know, Kate, that you use that word as a verb, and quarterbacks, when we look at coverages, we use it as a noun. He's a lurker. You said he was lurking, and he was. And if you're not aware of that lurker, that free defender who's got eyes on you, well, they can make you pay just as he did.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Eagles push their lead to 6. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Kickoff taken at the 3. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Now Lawrence coming off a pick. Cut out left. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Still going past the 40. And they'll finally get him at the 35-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down. They're set up at the 35 now. Going to the ground again on first. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for second down. Now Lawrence. Finds his man. It's Kraft. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. On first and 10, here's Lawrence. Getting out to his left. Catch is made in close. Touchdown, Jacksonville. On is Little for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And they'll take the lead.
Jaguars 24, Eagles 23. Cam Little with the kickoff corner.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Chooses to bring this one out. And that return gets him a little extra. And then if he'd taken that knee, he's up above the 25 before he heads out of bounds. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. That's complete to Leggett. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel it in.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
We've reached the end of the 3rd quarter on this Thursday night. It's the Eagles in possession to start. They trail, but that lead is reachable. First and 10 from the 41. Hurts looking to throw. He's got Smith. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Hurts. Completed to his running back. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket and get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 38. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Rolling left, buying some time. Intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Cameron Bynum.
I know exactly what the quarterback was envisioning when he let that one go. Touchdown, baby. Not long after, I know exactly what he was thinking. Oh, no! Give me that one back, because the coverage baited him perfectly into that throw, and even more so, picked it off.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Ball at 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Back-to-back carries here. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. It's a pickup of 11. And that's a Jaguar first down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First down, and they go right back to him. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Second and 8. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along your route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
He's back to throw. They did it. He made the interception. Picked off by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
On first down, Hurts escapes out to the left. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
And a little space is all he needed to reach that 35-yard line. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Eagles trail by just 1. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Back to throw it. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
A lot of pressure on this kick for Jake Elliott. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out, as they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Jake Elliott out to put up 3 for the Eagles. Ball on the right hash, 48 yards out. He didn't get enough into it, so it just comes down shy of the crossbar. And they fail to claim that lead. They're still down by a point.
Hey, Kate, I'm not going to claim to be the kicking whisperer or know every detail, but I do know this. Much like on a golf course, when you come up short on a shot, it's because you hit it fat. You just didn't hit it solid. To come up short right there, that kicker hit a little ground before he ever hit the ball.
They'll run here on first down. Crosses midfield, still going. Has room down the left sideline. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars get some all-important insurance. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
So following a missed point after, a chance to take his frustrations out on that football as he sends this away. Return starts at the 3. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30.
Trailing by 1 score late here, Kate. Maybe this is the return. Maybe this is what helps them get right back into it. Good field position now to start their most important series yet of this game.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. Try and push it deep downfield. They connect on the deep shot. Excellent pickup to move the chains. 36 yards in the end.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Here he is to throw. And will he? No, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game.
Yeah, we hear about it all the time. A short memory, right? We hear about it with quarterbacks a lot, Kate, when they make a mistake. But it works the same way for a defense, a whole position group. You have got to flush that big play, come back and play the next play. And boy, did the defense do it there.
Has a man. It's Brown. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Timeout taken by the offense. Their second. Still one more in their pocket to use. Offense to the line for 1st down. Conscious of that single timeout they've got remaining. Back to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. A bit of desperate. This is caught. Looks like he stayed in bounds too. Great work. So they punch it in for 6, Brock. Well, we knew this was coming. All touchdowns are reviewed, especially late in a close game like this. In the 11th hour, now a point after try to tie this game. Oh, look at this. The kick is blocked. Oh, and I think he envisioned this one going all the way back for 2, but they're able to track him down and limit the damage to just that blocked kick.
That is a sneaky little play here from the special teams unit. I know you might be thinking, yeah, they lost the lead, but that block, you know what it does? It's kind of like life. We have energy givers and energy takers. And that one just gave a little energy back to the team, even though they're down and now got to fight back.
Washington now to return. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Now he's going to fire it deep left side. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different.
intercepted. But, oh, wait. Officials say that he wasn't in bounds. The offense can let out a little sigh of relief.
Well, he had the space from the defender and the concentration to make a great catch. What he didn't have was enough end zone real estate. That's just a very, very exciting incompletion.
They did it! He made the interception! Byron Murphy picks it. And the Eagles will take over as this gets brought out to the 20-yard line.